course, there are many types of narrators. The omniscient narrators, for example, are about all the characters having access to knowledge that is not available to the other characters. Some narrators are also characters who are directly involved in the narrative and can tell stories both in the first person or in the third person. Other narrators may only witness some of the events in the book, so their perspective is more limited. They are secondary characters who do not actually influence the events in the stories. And there are also narrators who did not actually witness the events in the story, found out what happened from someone else. So they present the story to the readers as it was told to them. Of course, some types of narrators are more popular than others and engage the reader in very different ways. So I will briefly enumerate some of them. So by the point of view, narrators can be omniscient, limited, multiple, or objective. And I will talk about them a little later because I have also used some of them. And finally, the third perspective is that may be used in a novel or in a story is the second person point of view, which uses the second person pronoun you. This perspective is not extremely popular. It's quite rare, actually, as it involves the reader in the narration by addressing the reader directly. I have also used this perspective, but actually only once in a short story, in a cyberpunk story, actually, about a woman who lives in a city at the dusk of human civilization. She tells the story of her relationship with the men involved in criminal activities, as it often happens in cyberpunk stories. But she addresses this man directly. So even if the short story is not a letter, it looks as if it were. Actually, the perspectives can be changed. So we can have first-person accounts combined with third-person accounts, or any other combination the writer may use to reach the desired effect and keep the reader engaged. Still, whatever type of narrator a writer may choose, it is important that the writer should have an intimate insight into the mind of his characters, female or male or non-human, because their actions have to be well motivated, consistent with the characters themselves and with the world they inhabit. And this is very important, especially in fantasy and science fiction, where the reader cannot rely on the real world, let's say, to understand what's going on in the story.